Hello! This video is part one of the series on making the best use of the Rocket Math Online Tutor, updated in March 2024. It will cover the checklist of what you should do as a teacher in managing the Rocket Math Online Tutor. You should see all 5 parts of the series. To get into the admin of the online tutor, go to admin.rocketmath.com and bookmark it. If you forget, you can also start at rocketmath.com homepage. In the upper right corner of the orange bar, you'll see Login Central. Click on it for the drop-down menu. Choose Online Tutor, formerly Game Admin. That will bring you to the login box on the star field. Enter your email address and your password and click on Login. If that password doesn't work, you can reset it to what you want it to be by clicking on Forgot Your Password. Please bookmark this site as you'll have to come back here frequently. Navigate in Admin with the rainbow-colored navigation bar on the left-hand side of your screen, with tabs lettered from A to M. The first tab we want to point out is the lime green-colored H Help tab. If you click on it, your browser will open a new window. This help page is always right there at your fingertips. Dr. Don keeps it up to date with all changes. On the Help tab, Topic 2 is Getting Started. Topic 2, G, gives you a link to this 20-point checklist. These are the 20 most important things to do to get started on an effective implementation. The 20-point online tutor checklist looks like this and is on Google Drive, so it can have links to explanations and how-to information about each of the items on the list. We're going to go through them now, starting with the first 10 things you should do before getting started with the students. Number 1 on the checklist is to schedule Rocket Math sessions daily. This kind of learning, memorization, requires daily rehearsal to learn. Can't do it once or twice a week. It needs to be a daily routine, and that will only happen if it is scheduled, preferably first thing after a break so it doesn't get crowded out when something runs long. Number 2 is to start your students in the correct learning track. 1st through 3rd grade should start in addition and move through subtraction, fact families, and the optional add to 20 and subtract from 20. Clever and ClassLink puts everyone into addition, but you'll want to change 4th graders and up into Learning Track 7, multiplication, because it has top priority. It can't be counted on fingers. From either the bulk action button or the individual action button, you can pull down to find the Change Learning Track function. After 3rd graders have learned the concept of multiplication in the 2nd semester, they can also be skipped up to Learning Track 7. Number 3 is to enable daily progress reports. You find the Enable Daily Progress Report button on Tab A, Review Progress. Click on it to enable it. By default, it goes to the teacher's email, but you can change that. And during school vacations, you can disable it. The Daily Progress Report comes to you in an email and tells you what each of your students has done in the last 24 hours. For each student, you see how many sessions they started, how many they completed, and which of the A to Z levels in their learning track, if any, they have passed. More later on how to use this info. Number 4 is to print out copies of the color-in rocket chart for each student. You can find this on the main rainbow navigation bar on the left side of the admin. The rocket chart is on tab J. This is how students keep track of their progress learning the facts as they work through the A to Z sequence of each learning track. This is a point of pride for them. This is so important, it's where we got our name, Rocket Math. You aren't really doing Rocket Math without giving students the rocket chart to color in. Number 5 is to enable learning track alerts. You find this button on the Tab B dashboard. The alerts send you an email when a student finishes a learning track. You want this alert so you can celebrate their achievement. The Learning Track Alert email has attached to it the specific Learning Track certificate, like this, for what they just finished. You can then print it out, sign it, and award it to the student, publicly with fanfare and hoopla. It's a big deal. Number 6 is to print out copies of the parent letter. You find this on tab I in the main rainbow navigation bar. Print out enough for all your students. Fill out their name and the 3 pieces of information they need to log in. When they take it home, their parents know how to get them started as well as how to get their child to prove to them they have completed their session. Rocket Math practice at home is fun and strengthens learning greatly. Number 7 is to be sure that fluency promotion and auto advance are enabled for all students. They're supposed to be enabled by default, but check on the dashboard to see they have a plus next to them, just in case. If they are not enabled, you can do that under the Individual Action button or the Bulk Action button. Auto Advance moves students automatically onto the next learning track when they finish one, without you having to intervene. Fluency promotions allow students who prove they are already fluent in an operation to skip ahead from one scheduled 1-minute race to the next. There are 16 learning tracks, so let them move on to something they do need to learn. Number 8 is to assign fluency testing, 1-minute races, ahead for a specific day or weekly. You find this under the Individual Action or Bulk Action buttons. There are options to assign these races one time or reoccurring. You can assign them in the learning track they are studying or another learning track. You can choose what day of the week. These results can be viewed and exported from the Review Progress page. Number 9 is to post the toughness certificate to help with perseverance. You'll find this on tab L in the main rainbow navigation. You post this in the corner of your room. When you have students who complain that this is too hard, take them to see the toughness certificate. Say something like, I know this can be hard. Dr. Don knows this can be hard. Not everyone is tough enough to do this. But if you can do this without whining, then you will deserve a toughness certificate signed by Dr. Don and myself. It's not easy to earn this, but if you can keep working, you might be able to do it. Then print, sign, and publicly award this to students who can keep working without whining. Read the "For Extraordinary Perseverance" statement aloud when you award it. Number 10 is before the first session, students should watch the basic training video. You should probably watch it with them. This will help motivate students and prevent them from getting upset when they know the rules. They can access it when they log in at play.rocketmath.com on the lower right corner where it says Basic Training. There's also a link to this video on the checklist, so you can access it and show it to the whole class at once. Now we come to the things to do before each daily session. This is a time for celebration of success and achievement. This sets up motivation for each day. Number 11 is to give group recognition for students who did Rocket Math as homework. You'll know this from the daily progress report. Anyone who completed more sessions than the one you did in school must have done Rocket Math as homework. Call out those students to stand up and take a bow or show a cheer. Keep doing that until everyone does it every day. Number 12 is group recognition for students who have improved on their 1-minute race. You can see the last 2 races on tab A, Review Progress, if you scroll down to the Individual Student section. There's a score for the last 1-minute race and the next to last 1-minute race. Anyone who went up should be recognized to take a bow or get a cheer. That's the whole point of Rocket Math, right? We want students to be able to remember math facts instantly. Number 13 is to award Star Effort Awards to any student who's achieved that level of effort. You can see on the Review Progress tab on the mini calendar shown here the number of sessions completed in the last 14 days. Students who have completed 8 sessions in the last 14 days can earn a 2-star award. 12 sessions can earn a 3-star award, 16 sessions a 4-star, and 20 sessions an amazing 5-star award. These really show excellent effort and should be recognized publicly before the class. For more impact, save it for a ceremony with another adult, like the principal or the math coach, and have them come in to award these. Number 14 is to award a learning track certificate to anyone who has finished a whole learning track. You know this from the learning track alert you enabled earlier. Print those out in color if you can and sign them to award publicly. To make a bigger deal, save it for a ceremony with another adult helping you. Number 15 is to be sure to give students time before starting their session to color in their rocket chart for the parts they have passed. You'll know who should be doing this by the daily progress report. This is the time for students to savor their success and recognize their learning. It is powerfully effective to give them the time to do this. It only takes a minute or two, but it is important. Each step is also celebrated by a host of voices in the app.
Mission Control here, you did it.
Well, boy and howdy, you could try the universe. Our heartfelt congratulations on your remarkable accomplishment.
Forget about it. You totally took off with this set. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, you could take it into the universe.
Nope, I reckon I don't believe this. You must have some kind of smarts to put this set into the universe. I say nobody can do that. It's too difficult. Good job. Is there no limit to your learning? Ah, you got this set to take off. Congratulations. I guess you're headed for orbit next.
Hey, you passed the set. That's better than I could do, I think.
I am proud to be your teacher, and I am amazed that you took the set into the universe.
Number 16 is to give star stickers for the wall chart to students who have passed a level. Again, you know this from the daily progress report. With the wall chart, students get to take their star sticker up, fill in a square on the chart, and help the class achieve a group goal. This creates group solidarity instead of competition. Wall charts can be ordered from the store on the Rocket Math site. A lot of motivation for just a little money. Now we come to the things you should do during each daily session. Sorry to say, but this is not going to be free time for you to catch up on other work. You'll need to walk around and monitor actively so you can show interest in how they are doing. If it is a center, you'll need to check on them during the time they are working. You need to motivate students by publicly praising those who are working and congratulating them on their success. If you show interest in what they are doing, they will be motivated to impress you. On the other hand, if you don't seem interested, they won't be either. Number 17 is view and praise star effort screen for several students. The first thing students see after they log in is their star effort screen. It shows the number of sessions students have started and the number they have completed each day for the past 14 days. This should be an important sense of pride for them because it quantifies their effort. For each 2 sessions they complete, they earn half a star, and a whole star for each 4 sessions in the last 14 days. Publicly praise students, loud enough for others to hear, who get the most stars. In the beginning, it may only be 1 star, but if you act impressed by their effort, students will begin to show you their screens and the number of stars they earn. Children rely on you to signal what is important and valuable. If you can get to where most of your students earn 3 or 4 stars regularly, they will become very fluent with their math facts and become confident about their math skills. Number 18 is to walk around and monitor and look at screens while they are working. You want to know everyone is working and be sure to publicly praise those who are. They should be listening with earphones to the corrections and to the praise and encouragement they get from the online tutor. So be sure everyone is listening. If they keep working, they cannot help but learn their facts. So your job is to encourage them to keep working the whole time. Number 19 is to require your students to show you their session completed screen before logging off. This is how you know they worked for the full 10 minutes of their session. Students should also show this screen to parents at home when they finish their session. At back to school night, tell parents about this screen. Students can't work any longer than the session unless they wait 20 minutes or more and come back. Number 20 is to check the difficulty score of students who complain that Rocket Math is too hard. Their difficulty score is calculated by the number of times they have to start over divided by the number of parts. We expect students to start over on average once each part, so the expected difficulty is 1.0. If a student's difficulty score is under 3.0, just use the toughness certificate to help them develop perseverance. If it's over 3.0, then check to see how to help them. Some students need to learn that using the keyboard or touching the screen is much faster than the mouse. Others may not be paying attention. If they are really struggling, it is possible to slow down the speed expectation for individual students who need it. But be careful that they are using recall and not stopping to figure out facts each time. This has been part 1. Use the 20-point checklist. The other parts of this series about making the best use of the Rocket Math Online Tutor are part 2, Fluency Data from 1-minute races, part 3, Understanding the Review Progress Screen, part 4, Why is the tutor speed so fast? And part 5, Motivating Students. You really should view all of them. If you're rostered through Clever, that's all you need in this video. If you're not in Clever, stay tuned for 2 slides on things you should know how to do. On the dashboard is the brick red Add Students, Assign Logins button. You may have used this to get started with student logins. If you have a new student come into your class, as long as you have an available seat, you can assign a new student login. Click on that button and up pops the DIY student login sheet. Simply enter the desired username and passcode for the new student and assign them to a learning track. Then, to make it happen, hit the green button that says Assign the student logins below to the seats. If you don't have any available seats, you'll need to add seats to your subscription in your Payment Renew page. If students need to connect to a different or additional teacher, the owner or school manager can add or change teacher managers for a student or a group of students. It can't be done from within a teacher manager's account. This can be done on the Bulk Actions button with selected students all at one step, or for individual students one at a time under the Individual Actions button. Like everything else, you select Connect Teacher Manager and get a pop-up. Click the tiny arrow to reveal the teacher choices and pull down the list to the teacher manager desired. If there is an existing teacher showing in the pop-up, that teacher can stay or be removed with the little X in the corner of their name. More than one teacher can be added. Hit the green Connect button for it to happen. That's it. Be sure to watch the rest of this series on how to make the best use of the Rocket Math Online Tutor.